Hello, this is Richard Marks with MME Consulting Services, home of awesome databases. Today, I want to take a few minutes in Clio and talk about entering contacts. This sometimes is thought of as a very basic thing to do, and oftentimes it's just not being done properly, and it's the foundation of a great database. So step one in entering new contacts is to make sure the contact is not already in your database. And the best way to do that is come up to the search your practice and start typing. If I put in Abel and I'm looking to see if Abel's in here, boy, a lot of stuff can come up. It can be helpful to say search all categories. It's going to give you matters, contacts, all of this. Maybe you typed in Smith and you said, wow, I got so much information here, I'm not sure. So you can narrow that down. Very Able. And now you're going to see that we get less results. And if I put in Barry B. Able, I would get even a smaller amount to look through. So search the practice. Also, don't forget, you may have a company name, and you can search for that as well. It can be very helpful. And here we're going to see that under contacts, we're going to have Able Consulting in here as well. So where do we go next? Well, the easiest way to add a new contact in Clio is from any place in the database, come over to Create New, and the first question you're going to be asked here when you select a contact is, are you going to enter a company or an individual? If you have even someone like a Richard Marks at MME Consulting Services, guess what? You're going to have two records. So you want to start with the company. Notice that the screen changes for the company. And now we're looking just for the company information. So let's type in a name, uppercase, lowercase. I'm going to come back with some examples. Email. We can have multiple email addresses, multiple phone websites, and physical addresses here. Uppercase, lowercase, make it look nice. If you're typing in phone numbers, let's maybe use area code hyphen, prefix hyphen. Make it look like a phone number because it may wind up in a document. And then we're going to look at custom fields, and this can be important. I like to have contact notes up top because maybe I'm on the phone, I'm trying to type stuff in here, and I want to come back then and fill in the fields. You may have things like classification. We do some special things for naming in documents called an address line and dear line. I'll explain that here in a minute. And we can link a spouse and different things like that. So make sure that any appropriate custom fields are also filled out. Once we have the company record in, and keep in mind that now we're looking at the company phone number. We're not looking necessarily at the individual's information, which may be different. But we can come back then and add a second contact, use the person, and when we come here, that's where we're going to put in the company name. That creates a relationship. Very nice in Clio. So we're now going to have the company with at least one employee is how it creates that relationship. And I'll show you what that looks like here in a minute as well. So same thing, now we're going to enter the individual information though. So we're going to do the individual's email, and you can put in multiple emails. The primary one works with things in Clio like Clio Connect. So you want to pay attention there. And again, custom fields. Keep in mind that for some of you, you may have special custom field sets where you're going to put in family information, or maybe you just have additional information beyond what comes up here in what we call the default view. So what does all this look like? I want to save some time today and just show you somebody who's been around for a while in this demo database, our Mr. Barry Able. And let's see what it looks like. So this is also the best way to find something I'm looking for. So if I'm looking for Barry Able's contact record, I'm probably going to come in here and find it like this. So what do I see? Well, I see that we have Barry Able. I see that Barry Able has a company, Able Consulting. I see a phone number. I see email, website, and it tells me if there's more. So there's a nice view here. In custom fields, I have notes. Wow, Barry and Barbara Able. I have a classification as client, and in our database, we have a special addressing line for joint or single addressing and a dear line for the inside salutation of a letter. And I could put source and enter date and other things in here that can be helpful. Also, I can have linked Barry Able with Barbara Abel. If I wanted to do that, there is a spouse field where you can link, and here I've linked children, etc. So everybody gets their own contact record. That's a very important point, even if we have limited information. And then, of course, we go on from there and we look at actual matters and associated matters in relationship building, which we'll handle in another instruction video. So to recap, everybody gets a contact record. You're going to enter companies first, because when I go to Able Consulting, I'm going to be able to see that Barry and Barbara are employees linked to that. And of course, all these links let you get back to those records very easily. Make sure that you take time for good data entry, uppercase, lowercase. Think of it as going into a document and you want to make it look right. I hope this has been helpful. Again, this is Richard Marks with MME Consulting Services, home of awesome databases. Hope you're having an awesome day.